Hello everyone. I saw in the last video a lot of complaints about the microphone, so here I have a really good microphone. I hope you guys like it. Today's the rest day, so I'm obviously not playing a game today, but I'm going to be analyzing my game from round two. It was an extremely interesting positional game, uh, so we're going to be showing that just to catch you guys up on a game that I missed. After this, I'm going to go, to Amsterdam. And for my famous quote, to see some people, so you guys can check out my interview. Apparently, that was very funny. So let's get into the game. I really hope that this microphone is high quality. Okay, let's get into the game. I also hope you guys like the new lighting. I had a very professional person help me with the lighting, got the sun hitting, um, the microphone, and a really professional setup. So going into the game, I started with move d4 and playing white against Mustafi Yilmaz, the number 2 seed. Making me nostalgic to when I was actually playing well. Knight f6, bishop f4, playing the London. d5, e3, goes e6. Usually c5 is the main move, but went e6. Want to bring bishop out, I go knight f3, c5, knight b2, queen b6. And I didn't. It's a bit of an annoying system because he was going to go bishop. The point is to go bishop d6, and you trade these bishops, and it's very dry. I probably should have played c3 here. The point being that if you go queen b6 now, I can go queen b3. And obviously you can't go bishop d6 because bishop just hangs. So I probably should have gone c3, stop this, but I was not sure when I played knight d2 if he was going to go for this. I either thought he was going to go knight c6, but I should have realized that my opponent, trying to play as boring as possible, would go queen b6, bishop d6, and just kill the game. And I'm not a big London expert, so this was a bit of a surprise, but I had some general idea. So I trade. For example, I could take like this, and then take, and then go c4, but I want to bring the queen out to c5 because maybe I can go rook c1 and I can get a tempo on the queen. So it goes castles, I take, queen takes bishop c4, queen d6, castles, knight here. I bring the bishop back, angling for knight here, rook d8, knight c4, queen a4. So queen a4 is a couple ideas. So first, I have an idea of knight b6 to get this bishop, and I had another idea. What I thought that if he plays e5, now I have this move queen a3. Again, the engine just says it's bad. Maybe I'm just a stupid chess player. But my idea was to play queen a3, takes, and now this pawn's a bit awkward. I guess you go e5. I go knight e5, takes. And okay, I guess I just completely misevaluated this position. This shows that I'm just an idiot. But this was my idea, but it was just completely wrong. Anyways, I thought after queen b3, I was afraid of b6, and how he just sort of develops, the bishop comes out, and it's just so symmetrical that I can't really do anything. But anyways, queen a4, now I go back, bishop e8. Now this bishop is a bit awkward. So I have a maybe slight advantage. She goes to trade, queen comes back. Now, this is sort of the first mistake. I think that when he just, a lot of times, you can sort of tell based on someone's body language and how they're moving the pieces, like how they feel. And I felt like when he played rook d1, like when he traded both rooks, I felt like after I played queen d1, he was his guard was down. He thought, oh yeah, come on, it's symmetrical, I have no weaknesses, I'll just make a draw. But there's a little bit of danger. So he goes king f8, knight d6. I think he missed it after bishop c6. I have knight c8. And after the queen moves, I take the pawn. I think slight thing. So now I get the knight d6. He goes a6. Now, I have slight pressure. I have very slight pressure. I go e4, stopping knight d5. And I go queen d4. Now, okay, the engine says it's equal, but okay, the king's a bit awkward. The knight on d8 is stuck. My knight on d6 is very strong. It's like unclear to find a move for black. It's not like, you know what to do. So it goes knight d7. And here I was very proud of what I did. So here, he wants to play queen f6. So let's say I place a random like a3. Now he plays queen f6. And I thought this was his idea. And I wanted sort of to be more prophylactic. Like I wasn't sure queen g6. Okay, again. I want to be prophylactic. So I play h4. The point being that like if he goes like queen f6, e5, I wanted knight g5. Sort of cut him off. This was my idea to play h4. I also thought knight g5 at some point could be useful. He goes h4. I go f6. And now after f6, first of all, you can see he's starting to feel really uncomfortable. Like, look at his time usage. Here, 14 minutes, he's already feeling comfortable. 6 minutes, 10 minutes. And after h4, he's starting to get low on time. We have 24 minutes. I'm putting pressure. He goes f6, and now I calculate some super deep variation. So we'll just do some arrows. Like I'm wearing this pineapple shirt, a Hawaiian shirt. So I calculate b4, and the threat after b4 is to play knight c8. Because if I play knight c8 now, he's going to go queen c5. And I thought about briefly playing queen g2, and I'm threatening to kick it, but I didn't think it was enough. I prefer to play b4 first. He has to go down f7 because I'm threatening this. Now I go knight c8, queen d8, now knight a7. Now, this bishop is in some trouble. If I take this bishop, then the pawn on a6 will fall, so he goes knight b8. I calculate all of this, and I prepare this trick. So in this moment, when I play b4, I prepare a trick, all those moves. I prepare this, here, knight b8. For example, if you go here, then I give a check. Let's say the king moves. Now I give a check, check, and I can just take. I could go f4 first, actually, but I can also just take, take, and take. And if you take back, I take the knight. So it's a bit loose. He has to go knight b8. I give a check, and my entire trick was that if he goes queen e7, I have knight d4 now. And you can't take back because I take intermezzo, and now I take. And then I'm going to take the bishop, and I'm going to take the pawn, and everything's going to collapse. So this was my sort of trick. Okay, the computer says queen d6 is okay, but also knight d4. It's very complicated. So he goes here, I go knight d4. I'm getting pressure. Knight back to d7, and now, again, I find a really great move. I go back. I let him take the pawn, and I actually saw this entire variation from when I played b4. So I was really feeling, you see I spent like 16 minutes. I calculated all of this, and now I sack the pawn. I go in, and then I take the pawn, forcing the queen to take, and now I go in. And here, okay, he has to play queen e8. I go queen c7, and still it's very difficult. The knight's coming to c8, knight to d6. The king's a bit weak. Engine says it's equal, but it's very difficult, especially with low time. He's 2 minutes. He plays king f7, making a mistake. Knight comes into c8, bishop d5. And here again, I play a really nice prophylactic move, h5. Point being, he kind of wants to go g6, maybe run the king, but I go h5. Like if he tries to go g6, I can go h6 possibly, or I can go queen h8. No, I bishop g4. Yes, bishop. No. Okay, I'm not sure what I have, but again, maybe I think just h6 is fine. Yeah, just h6. Yeah. And then now I'm threatening maybe some bishop g4. Yeah, now I'm threatening bishop g4. I can also go queen h8 and take the pawn. So now he goes knight f8. And here, actually, I had 18 minutes. He has 40 seconds. I could feel the pressure, was mounting. And I had to play. Here, I was thinking one line, I want to play bishop g4. But the problem was that he gives a check. And now he gives a check again. And now I have to block. And then he goes queen d4. And I don't really have a good way of protecting this pawn because he's attacking the bishop and he's attacking pawns. And I can't protect both. So I have to play, I thought like I was trying to make something work, but nothing was really working. No, I have to wait, no. Okay, anyways. Oh, well, not this. The game's already a while ago, so it's fresh. So what I actually had to do is I play the move a4. The point behind a4 is that he doesn't have a move. Like, if the king moves, I give a check. The knight really can't move. The bishop can't really move. He has to play queen d7. So I understood that no matter what I play, he's going to play queen d7 to try and, trade the queens. So I played a4, the point being that after queen d7, I give a check, I force the king back, and then I go f4. Now the knight's fully restricted. My pawn is overextended. I can bring my king in, and I can try to put some pressure. Unfortunately, with low time, I spent 8 minutes. I should have played a3, and it's actually an insane difference. And after here, after check, king back, I should play takes, takes. That's g4. And the point being is that the pawns are protected. So for example, if we compare this position like this, check here, here. Now if I go here, you can go knight here, bishop, and knight d3. And now when I take, 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 you can just take this. But imagine the pawn is on a3. Pawn's protected, and then I just win a free pawn and I win. So I had to find a3, which is very difficult. I thought that I should play a4, a5 to cement the structure, but a3 was the most concrete solution. And if I play a3, I have to go back, I give a check, check. And now they have to go here. And let me see what the move was. It was, yeah, now I can go. Yeah, no, knight b8 is the only move. There's some insane defense that like I can't even comprehend, but this engine is not that strong. So I had to find a3 is the only chance. It's still objectively a draw. Like the engine says 0-0-0, what you put it. So it's still very difficult. But I had to find a3. A4, I put some pressure in the game, but he defended very. So I thought like after played h6, I thought, okay, this knight is great on f5. The g7 pawns are weak. I'm just gonna run my king, but he defended very well. Knight b8, I played g3, king e7 check, king comes in, b6. I went knight d4. And again, I played like perfect game up until this point, basically perfect. The only real mistake I made was a3 instead of a4. But in this position, engine says 0.7, but if you check with strong engine, it's just zeros. So I played a5, takes, bishop f7, g4, bishop here, bishop b4, and now I just blundered knight c6. But the point is that, so let's say here, I go like g4, he goes back, I go check, and let's say I go up. Uh, well, for example, he should play bishop e6. So eventually, we're going to trade the knight for bishop. So let's say he goes bishop e6, I go here, he gives a check, I go up. Wait, somehow we would get like, don't, like this. So eventually, we would get a position like this. And so the engine gives 0.9, but it's actually a fortress. So the point is that actually you can't take this pawn, because the bishop comes to d5 and the knight's dominated. So the king has to move when I take. But the point is that the knight can just avoid. So we just move. Like, for example, like, I can never put them in Zugzwang. Let's say I go here. Like, any time, you can just take it. Or there's a check here, actually. But if I go here, now you can take. And I just lose. No, now I have f5. Okay, there's a check. So let's say I go here, and I can give a check. You go back. And if I take, and you take, and I can't get the bishop to d5, then it's just stuck. So this would be a draw. So this is what happened, unfortunately. It's just a dead draw fortress. So I played a very good game. If I had found a3 here, I probably could have won. It would have put the onus on him to find very difficult defensive moves. So yeah, the game ended in a draw. I can go to the end quickly. He got the knight for bishop, and we just repeated moves. It was a very uneventful draw at the end. So yeah, this was the round 2 game. It would have been nice to win, but I'm playing a super strong opponent, classical chess. After 40 moves, they get an extra 50 minutes, so it's super, difficult to win endgames when your opponents have all the time in the world to just think and calculate everything out. So I appreciate you guys watching the video. Thank you to everyone who subscribed on Substack. I'm going to be posting the recaps early to Substack, so maybe it'll be like the exact time yet, but all the recaps will exclusively be on Substack, and you guys will, get to ask me questions, which I'll answer. So 5 paid subscribers will get to will answer questions after every single game, and then you'll also get exclusive access, like behind the scenes footage, like maybe short vlogs that I'll be uploading only for paid subscribers. And then again, if you can't support, I'll be choosing one question for free subscribers. So you should make sure to go. It's completely free. Go to Substack, subscribe for free, and just put your question once I post the recap in the comments, and then I'll make sure to choose one of them to reply to. So thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, all this stuff. Thank you for all the support. This is the journey to this is going to be the biggest chess YouTube channel in due time. And I believe that's chess to learn the world. So thank you guys for watching, and have a great day. And remember to check out the Substack.